Hello, everyone. This is like my 15th time trying to record this, so bear with me, but this is my video on brain development and my learners. I don't actually work full-time in an educational setting right now, or a classroom setting. I do substitute every now and then at the high school level, and I work for the university as a teaching assistant. So I assist with undergraduate level education courses. In the future, I do plan on teaching high school, mostly English. That is my primary focus, but I also have a degree in Spanish, so I would like to teach lower level Spanish at some point too. As far as my learners and learning environment, like I said, I don't have my own classroom or my own class. I mean, even the work I do as a TA is mostly online. But I know for certain that over the course of my career, I will encounter a lot of different types of learners, and everyone is going to learn in their own way and have their own needs as far as academia, and some might have, disabilities, special needs that need to be accommodated. So I always consider that when building up my teaching philosophy, reviewing evaluation and teaching methods. I just want to be able to work with all my students and maximize their level of learning and their education in general. I wanted to briefly talk about the reading this week. I was really interested in the article or journal by David Sousa about information overload and multitasking. As a multitasker, I kind of assumed that was probably not the most beneficial way to go about life, and especially in your education and academic life. But I did not know that it was actually not scientifically possible to multitask. I was really interested to find out about the concept of sequential tasking. This really caught my attention because it's something that I related back to my own high school experience. In high school, I thought it was beneficial to multitask, and in the long run, it really isn't, and it can actually have adverse effects. So this is something I want to consider for my future high school students, so that they are able to maximize their learning, but also know how to learn to the best of their ability. And as far as the frameworks, I think TPEC is really important to consider in this, the whole concept, this whole idea, just because it's in this day and age where we are so technologically reliant, especially with COVID and school closures. We use technology all the time in school and outside of school. And I think it's so critical to find the balance between technological, pedagogical, and content area knowledge when teaching students via the internet. Because the internet obviously has, endless amounts of information and endless resources. So I really appreciated this article because it reminded me that, providing too much all at once, or providing so many resources that my students think that they need to just jump back and forth between different tasks, is really not beneficial in the long run. And I want to find that balance of technology, pedagogy. I always have a hard time with that word, and content area knowledge when it comes to teaching my students, so that I can not only teach to the best of my ability, but so that my students are able to learn without roadblocks such as, information overload and memory issues caused by multitasking. I also like to consider the 4 C's always. I think they're very important. Once again, especially where we are so reliant on the internet for teaching these days. I know that I more than likely will end up teaching online at some point, although it is not ideal, but the 4 C's are really like the most essential aspects of teaching to me, and I hope to incorporate them into my future curriculum. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm sorry, I'm kind of wordy and word vomit, but anyway, the end.